Ladies and gentlemen, from Matthew chapter 6, verse 5. When you pray, don't be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and in the corners of streets, that they may be seen of other men. They have their reward. But when you pray, enter your closet, that you may pray to your Father which is in secret, that your Father which sees you in secret should reward you openly. I know I've read this scripture before, but I got something else to say here. I want to let you guys know it's what's in your heart that counts. And this scripture is really speaking to matters of the heart. A lot of times people want to appear to look a certain way. But when you are motivated by your heart, from your heart, you will do things not to get approval and to appear to look good, but you'll do them from your heart because they're right. Praying to God is basically showing that you depend on Him, you trust Him. And the word prayer means to ask. When you don't have a know-it-all attitude, that you feel like you know everything and you know how life is, you always seek answers. You're not weak because you seek answers. You're not weak because you're willing to reflect on yourself and on others and assess a situation continuously, understanding that you want to find the truth to a situation. This is what this scripture is all about. It's all about being honest with yourself and other people, being transparent enough to understand, and humble enough to still look and seek answers. When you have that attitude, you're not going to be looking to be right. You're going to be looking for the truth. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Here is an article, and we're going to look to see the truth of it. I'm just going to show you the headlines. Comic book CBR.com says Casey Affleck suggested Ben Affleck won't star in Batman. Now I want to show you how a rumor started. So I'm going to go to the actual place on YouTube where Casey Affleck had to confront this question. But you must think of it in the entire context. Casey Affleck was promoting a film that he was doing, and also at the same time he was supposed to open for the Red Sox. And so that's what this interview was mostly about. And Ben Affleck, his brother, they sort of, shall I say, segued into when they talked about the station which is WEEI Video. Okay, WEEI was actually in one of Ben Affleck's movies, The Town. And that segue got them to ask a guy to ask about Ben Affleck. So here it comes the question. And this is what Casey Affleck said.
Direction.
You took it over the edge there.
Now there's a rumor. Now I'm sure you don't like being asked about your brother, but there's a rumor that he is not going to be in the standalone Batman movie. I thought he was a tremendous Batman. I don't know if you have any insight on that.
I thought he was an okay Batman. As far as he was great. He was great. He's a hero, so he had something to channel and work with there. But he's not going to do that movie, I don't think.
Breaking news. He's broken.
Is that breaking news? I was just kind of making that up.
I heard it from Casey Affleck. I'm going to tweet that out. I heard it here first. So, okay. That is sad news. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover, but okay, fine. I thought he was very good. Would you?
Alright, so Casey Affleck is laughing because Casey Affleck is just going with the rumor, basically. Casey's saying, oh, okay, that was the rumor? Alright, fool. And he was like, I don't think he's going to do it. I don't know. And then he says, I don't know. And then he says, what, is that breaking news? Is that breaking news? He knows it. He's just clogging with the guy. You can tell. And then Casey's smiling and everything, right? And then they asked him about if he would want to be, excuse me, he would want to be in a superhero role. And he says, maybe Swamp Thing or something out there, some unknown character. All right, so that's what Casey Affleck said. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have a fuggiest notion about whether his brother would be in the upcoming Batman movie because he just doesn't know. He is Ben Affleck's brother, but he's doing a whole bunch of other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So of course he's not gonna know. Just because he's his brother, you think he's gonna know? So Casey's having a little fun with these guys on the Chicago station, and that goes viral. That literally is going to go viral, and all of these websites pick up. To the credit of CBR.com, however, they do say this. Casey Affleck has a dry sense of humor and an offbeat delivery, so it's difficult to say whether he's being serious. He's obviously not being serious, man. You know this. He did equivocate in the end, admitting, "I don't know." He wasn't particularly forceful in walking back on that statement. And he said, "Because I'm just kind of making that up." Okay? And Casey Affleck, like Ben Affleck, they tend to mess with you. If you know them, these guys have been, Casey Affleck, he's actually directed films and stuff. He's not, Ben's, I think he's Ben's younger brother. They both direct and act. And I think they've even done some producing. These guys, I remember Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they had this series on HBO where they get new talent to do their own films and their own stories. So Ben Affleck has a big history in... Ben Affleck's a revolutionary kind of guy, and there's a reason why Warner Brothers has him directing films. It's because this guy knows a good story. He knows how to do a good story. Live by Night, even though it's a box office flop, I'm going to just tell you, it's a hell of a film. If you haven't seen Live by Night, go see it. It's really underrated. I know that, diversity and telling a story, about racism and lash back on that and stuff like that, it's still not very popular with the world culture today. I mean, Donald Trump is straight up defending neo-Nazis now. So it's not very popular today, but still, nonetheless, Hollywood's still a left-wing kind of society. But yet, it's sad that Live by Night got drowned out by the Batman news and Justice League and stuff. But Ben Affleck's film, Live by Night, is a hell of a film. I've seen it. And Casey Affleck has been doing some really good stuff as well. Not so much in the big public eye, not no big budget film, or that kind of thing. Nonetheless, what I'm saying is that Ben Affleck was a hell of an actor. He did a hell of a job in The Accountant. But these films, all of these films, are not your typical sort of trope films. And it's really sad, like I said before, as I said with the film that I just reviewed, I think was yesterday, City of a Thousand Planets. I forgot. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Hell of a film. Awesome film. But again, it doesn't fit into the usual tropes of a comic book movie and a comic book film. And so people have bashed that film, but that film is very good. The Accountant was a very good film. And sadly, this is the state we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who now, you actually hear people on social media say, "This is what I expect in a comic book movie, and this is what I want." And it's like spoiled little brats, This is what I expect in a movie, and this is what I want. And this is what the story I need to get. This is what, blah, 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 blah. Right? Like spoiled little brats. And if they don't get what they want, they throw a tantrum, and it's the worst movie in the world. We got a Donald Trump syndrome with a lot of these stupid, rotten, spoiled people. Donald Trump is a stupid, rotten, spoiled guy who's a racist, and he supports racism, and he doesn't say anything bad about the head of Soviet Russia. What's the guy? Vladimir Putin. He says nothing wrong about neo-Nazis and white supremacists and white nationalists. He says nothing wrong about these people. He defends them to the teeth. This is what's in his heart. Because he's a spoilt brat. And nobody's standing up to him and telling him you're doing a crock of shit. Nobody's standing up to this guy. Okay? And someone needs to stand up to this guy and tell him, look, you cannot do this with our country. Our country is founded on certain values. And if not, then you need to go. You need to resign. Right? Because some of the people who support Donald Trump are of the vilest lot. And I have no apologies. I make no apologies for those people. The other people who wanted a difference in change, they got a difference in change. And it's pure hell, if you ask me. Alright? So, I'm saying, this is the same nonsense that's going on in the industry. It's left wing, yes. In fact, my boy Dave the Film Junkie, and don't get it twisted, I don't hate Dave the Film Junkie. I just think he's wrong about Valerian. Okay, City of a Thousand Planets. But when it comes to Dave the Film Junkie, he's right. They saying Zack Snyder. How the hell does Zack Snyder have anything to do with these crazy neo-Nazi fascists? He has nothing to do with them. So stop talking about Zack Snyder as associated with these guys, because he's not. Okay? Dude's as wide-thinking and open-minded as you can get. And I'm not saying he's a Christian or anything, but dude be deep in lore. So I don't want to hear it. And House 300 is so fascist. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So it's this kind of stupid rhetoric that we have to deal with, okay? I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're a liberal. Do not engage in stupid thinking, okay? We already have fascists and bigots and, you know, these crazy power-hungry dictators out there. We got enough Donald Trumps in the world, okay? We don't need more, okay? Dude's not even a Democrat. He doesn't even care about democracy. You know, Putin kicks out a whole bunch of diplomats from Russia, and this fool does not defend his own American citizens, okay? He chastises America's colleagues in the world, okay, that work and help promote America's agenda. So this guy doesn't care about America, and he's not an American citizen. He doesn't care about America, all right? And you guys need to stop this dude because he's a danger. I'm not saying kill him, because I don't condone destroying the democratic process by coup d'etat. That is foolish. But you guys need to get that guy out of there. He needs to get out of the office. He's doing a lot of damage, not just to American citizens, and almost condoning terrorists. Okay, this dude is condoning terrorists because the terrorist act that happened to the lady recently, that was a terrorist act. And there's no spinning that. Okay, you don't condone that. And that guy was a part of the same group of people that came into Charlotte. They're not even citizens of Charlotte. Okay, came into that territory supposedly protesting a statue that was there. Don't know the history of the statue that's there to start with. Come all the way from somewhere else. You don't even live. You're not even a citizen of Charlotte. Okay, to protest a statue, and you're speaking and you're spewing hate language, hate crimes. These people are spewing hate crimes, and you have the gall and audacity to say both sides are guilty? Are you crazy? And then defend these people? Are you nuts? Anyway, I'm just saying, somebody need to shut that guy up or get him out of office. He needs to get out of office, okay? Quite frankly. Anyway, there are people who will still support him no matter what, but I'm going to tell you this. Ain't no way in hell America is going to stand up and survive with any more of this kind of crazy talk. All right? And a guy who has been reckless and just divisive and hateful, somebody needs to stop that dude. Okay? You cannot shoot him. You cannot kill him. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to die. Death is just too nice a penalty for that fool. Okay? So somebody need to go, do what they need to do to make sure this dude doesn't say anything. He don't even make a peep out of his mouth. Because everything that comes out is vile, it's nasty, it's dangerous. Alright? Behaving like a dictator against another dictator. That ain't cool. None of this is cool. Alright? And the whole world is watching this thing, and some people are traumatized. Not me. I ain't traumatized, because I know that's an idiot. What traumatized me is that America would actually elect a dude like that. A douchebag like that. That's a douchebag. He's a dick. Not a dictator, he's a dick. And you guys elected a dick as a president of the United States. And you want to talk about Barack Obama? You want to talk about Hillary Clinton? Are you stupid? Man, I just don't get it. But hey, it's the same kind of stupid Neanderthalic hindbrain reaction that we're getting from some of these people in the industry talking these stupid statements. And always negative media. Always. Because negative sells, right? And this is the foolishness we have to deal with in the industry. Okay? So I'm just saying, you must know and be honest and really look for the truth. Have some humility in yourself. It's not about trying to pretend and appear to be self-righteous when you know your stuff don't even stand up to the test. There's a difference between someone who's telling the truth. People, the self-righteous ones, they always like to accuse other people of self-righteousness, even though the people may be valid in what they're saying. And then we got these We got these really, really disgusting people. Think about it this way. JFK was assassinated. Dude was doing a lot of good. Barack Obama, they tried to assassinate this dude politically. Say he's a weak president, did all kinds of bad things. Hillary Clinton, they tried to politically assassinate her as well. But this jackass, who's been spewing nothing but shit nonstop, no one is attacking, assassinating, killing. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's just standing aside like little mooks and watch this guy just mess up everything. He's throwing a tantrum whenever he feels like it. He does whatever he wants. And guys gonna say nothing? Y'all gotta be tripping. Man, that fool. I'm just letting you know. He's an idiot. Alright? He's an idiot. And y'all don't have to tolerate many years of that. Anyway, we already know there's a case brewing against him. But I'm just saying, that reckless language and that reckless rhetoric is only going to damage relationships with the people that America works with. The world's estimation of the United States of America is now, it is dragging in the mud. Okay? Global perception of the United States of America is at an all-time low. It was high with Barack Obama. He restored worldwide trust. And now, with this jackass, it makes George Bush look like a saint. And he did a lot of shit. He did a preemptive strike against Iraq. And now we got kooky people. We got crazies out here talking. Okay? So, yeah. People in the world be watching this thing like, man, god damn, I need to get my act together in my country to save myself from this bullshit. You know, because what's happening is we got a global crisis in the fact that this fool withdrew himself and withdrew the country from the Green Treaty that was be happening in Paris, the Paris Accords. This fool withdrew himself from that. Okay? Talking about there ain't no global warming. This jackass. Alright? Now, anybody go outside into the weather's changing. It's getting more and more violent. Alright? The sun's getting more and more hot. The place is we're seeing so much more natural disasters, but this jackass withdraws himself from the Paris Accords and has the audacity to talk about what? Oh, he's reinforced by some people in some state? So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a guy who's just causing more and more havoc in the world. I told you guys, this guy's like Adolf Hitler. You think I was playing? Alright, so let me move back to what I was saying. So, you got to understand that this is not a time to be afraid. This is a time to push back on fools and people who keep on spewing lies. So we got this media out here talking about Casey Affleck suggests Ben Affleck won't star in Batman. He never suggests that. He just went with whatever the rumor was. He was like, all right, cool, that's the rumor. All right, cool, I'm going to give you what you want. Yeah, blah. He don't know what Ben Affleck is going to do. He doesn't know his future. He doesn't know his contractual agreements with Warner Brothers. He just talked off the top of his head and he said, I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Okay? But this is what is reported. I want you guys to realize these people do this for clickbait. Okay? Alright? They're trolling you to get a reaction out of you. Alright? Cool. You guys have a great one.